7:21, 3 weeks from today, is the deadline to raise the debt ceiling. President Obama addressed the country yesterday, saying the nation needs to earn money through tax loopholes.
What we have talked about is that starting in 2013, that we have gotten rid of some of these egregious loopholes that are benefiting corporate jet owners or oil companies at a time where they're making billions of dollars of profits.
Republicans, however, want a guarantee to cut spending before agreeing to raise the debt ceiling. Joe Krier is president of Krier Wealth Management. He's here to discuss again how likely this is to play out. You came here a couple of weeks ago and you said, you know, they're posturing, they're hemming and hawing, but in the end, they're going to raise this debt ceiling. Are you so sure of that now?
I was 99.9% sure last time I was here. Now I'm 99.8% sure because the stakes are just a little too high to let this thing go. I mean,
this is kind of like the NFL lockout on a much grander scale, right?
Yeah, and you know, you figure that savers all over the world, particularly the Chinese, the Japanese, Indians, Russians, they put their safe money in U.S. Treasury bonds, okay? So we've been, you know, even though we haven't been great bankers for ourselves, we've been the bank to the world, and we've borrowed money from everybody on the planet. If all of a sudden we miss an interest payment to all those people, then they're going to start scratching their chin and saying, wait a minute, do we want to be sticking our money in U.S. Treasury bonds again?
All right, so is this really a debate right now between the Democrats and the Republicans, or is it a schism within the Republican Party? A lot of people are saying that Congressman Cantor is really hardlining the party and not allowing Senator Boehner to do what he wants to do.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of undertones here. So it is a debate about raising the debt ceiling, but the bigger debate is actually the long-term budget deficit and the accumulated national debt. Everybody knows that the direction we're going is a train wreck. It's just a matter of whether it's 15 years down the road or 5 years down the road. So
right.
What we've got is a short-term issue that is sort of the stage to debate this bigger long-term problem, and the whole thing is underlined by the fact that you have a major presidential and congressional election 18 months from now.
And it's also underlined, we've got a sluggish economy going on right now. There's still a banking crisis, a real estate hangover, global financial turmoil. You know, a lot of people say, when is Congress, when is this administration going to get down to brass tacks and hammer it out? And this seems like that pivotal moment, Joe. So what's stopping the two sides from reaching an agreement here? If we had that answer.
I think it's the election that's coming up next year. I really do, because both sides are sort of extending olive branches to each other, but when it comes right down to it, the way to balance the budget is to inflict pain on the people that voted you into office. And if all of a sudden you're cutting Social Security checks to some people and raising taxes on other people, everybody's getting pinched a little bit, and they're going to start thinking about when they cast their vote next year, okay? The truth is we all need to pay. We all need to pitch in. But when it comes election times, a lot of times it's all about sound bites and who got blamed for something, whether or not it was their fault.
Okay, you're saying we all need to pitch in, and Democrats contend that the wealthiest Americans can pitch in and do a little bit more. Is that true? Or Republicans say these people create jobs for the economy, taxing them, burdening them, could mean, can we say, a softening of the economy? Aren't we kind of already there?
Sure. Yeah, I think both sides are right there.
So is that a valid argument then for the Democrats and the Republicans?
Yeah, I think both sides are right. And, you know, the end result's going to be somewhere in the middle. I think taxes will go up via the Bush tax cuts expiring or being allowed to expire. You know, they were extended here already once, and because they knew that with the economy in such a soft patch, as you mentioned, we couldn't raise taxes and cut jobs right in the middle of an economy that's starting to get going. So they want to let this thing percolate a little bit. If the economy's strong, it's an awful lot easier to push through tax breaks and all kinds of spending cuts. But right now, it's a debate, and what the end result will be a plan that gets implemented 5 years down the road anyways.
Kick the can down the road,
Absolutely.
Let another administration pay.
No
All right,
doubt.
Thanks, Joe Krier, president of Krier Wealth Management. I think a lot of people just kind of, at least I am anyway, a little frustrated at what's going on in the national